Force bases, and was telling the Colonel earlier, at one time during my youth was a pin setter for the bowling alley before they got automatic pin setters. So, you know, pick them up, throw the pins in the rack and get the heck out of the way, which was not always easy to do. But we're very happy to be here. We appreciate, of course, all that you do for us and for the country. You know, I was in the Marine Corps. They say once a Marine, always a Marine, and certainly there are things that I retain from my Marine experience and continuing association with the Marines. But the one thing that those of us who are veterans don't continue to do is experience deployments, separation from families, being in harm's way. Those are all things that have nothing to do with being a veteran and have everything to do with being a serviceman or woman in today's Army, Marine Corps, Air Force, all the services. So for that we thank you, and for that you have our highest respect. It's great to be here representing the Mets. It's nice to be here in first place. It's like everything else, you're never quite sure what's going to happen next. That's the great thing about reality television, and you know, that's what sports really are, the original reality TV. But it's going to be a lot of fun over the next month as we get into September, and then we have a few games in October. People have come out in big numbers to see us. We had a sellout on Saturday, almost a sellout yesterday and Friday as well. It's really great to see Mets fans enjoying the last month or so that we've been playing. The team really is different today than it was just a few weeks ago. We've added a lot of players around the trade deadline. We've added players from our system. We've acquired players from other teams, and to this point they've played well together. So we're really excited and looking forward to the rest of the season, and hope that we can bring playoff baseball back to Mets fans. So very happy to be here. We have with us one of the icons of Met history, and the last truly successful Mets franchise to win the World Series, Mookie Wilson, who is well known to most people. And he's a great ambassador for the Mets, as well as someone who coaches on a seasonal basis as well. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, and we'll get Mookie involved. Thanks everybody for coming, and as I said, we're really happy to be here, and look forward to talking with all of you.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Andy, very much. Appreciate it. And we won't keep you all too long. Mookie, if you wouldn't mind coming up, we're just going to ask a couple questions of you. And if any of the servicemen and women have questions for Mookie or for myself about the team, we're happy to answer. But there's eating and bowling, and that's infinitely better than anything that we could do. So real quick, before I turn it over to the floor, you're watching now 29 years after something remarkable happened, the seeds maybe of something being planted here. So just interested emotionally for you what that's like.
Actually, it's been very good. I have nerves every game. I know we have a lot of young players earlier in the year, and I think that the organization's done a great job of blending those young players with some veteran players, which is always good to have. And we need young players, even though they are talented. We need veteran players to help stabilize, you know, the mental attitude towards the game. And this time of the year is the toughest, you know. I'm not playing anymore, but I tell you, man, every game at this time of the year, you know, it is very nerve-wracking, and I'm just very happy to see the guys do what they're doing. And I think the Met fans deserve to have a competing team the way the guys play right now, and I can't even wait.
Anybody have questions for Mookie or for me or for Sandy? We're happy to ask and entertain. Just put a hand in the air, and if you don't, I do. So no pressure. But
one thing I will say that Mookie's a little too modest, but he's had a big impact on several of the players that are playing for the Mets now through the minor league system. He's had made an impression and an imprint on a lot of our young players. So I want to thank Mookie for that and his continuing impact on our minor league system.
And if you'll let me kind of to bridge between the GMs and Mookie, you know, you watch Yoenis Cespedes run around out there. Sandy's the guy that brought him in. You talk about a guy with all the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got your speed, He's got Strawberry's power. I mean, I don't know if he can pitch, but you got to be pretty impressed with what he's doing.
He's an exceptional ball player. I've been following him for a couple of years now, and I still know how you pull that off. Getting this kid. I mean, I know guys move all the time with free agency and stuff like that, but players like that, you do what you can to keep him around. He's the whole package, and he looks like the ultimate professional. And let's hope that he can continue to stay healthy. That's the key, staying healthy. And if he does that, he's going to do some wonderful things.
If there are no other questions for Mookie or for Sandy, just one more quick one that I've got for you, and then everybody wants to eat and bowl, and I don't blame them at all. But if you could say to the players as they head down this home stretch, because you've got some wisdom now about what it's like to try to hang on, and you're not chasing, you're being chased now. What's the mentality got to be?
The mentality this time of the year is don't look too far ahead. One game at a time. Because it's easier to project what you possibly can do and forget about the task at hand. One game at a time. You know, don't let one loss affect you. Don't get overexcited about a win. You know, someone told me a long time ago, you're not going to go undefeated the rest of the year. So it doesn't matter when you lose that one game or those two games. The key is to try to stop or lose the streak whenever you can, and just take one game. That's all it is.
All right, and when you guys bowl, by the way, the score to beat is Mook's 148. So anybody who bowls 149 and plus, you can tell your dad, you can tell your kids, you can tell whoever you want, you beat Mookie today on the lane. So.
Let's go, Mets! Let's go, Mets!